Hi everyone, very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all are joining us globally. My name is Parth Varu. I'm Events and Program Manager for Microsoft Reactor India. But before we start, let's go through our code of conduct. We are all here to learn together, participate together. So please be respectful of other people's views, understanding their differences, be kind and considerate in a way we all engage. Yes, we do encourage you all to participate. Please drop all your questions in the chat section. And yes, welcome once again for yet another episode of AI 102. And let's not wait more. I can see Swami in the backstage. Let me bring Swami in. Hey, hi Swami, how you doing?
Hey, Pat. Good evening. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing this evening?
All good. The same climate in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Still hot all everywhere.
Yeah. And this today's demos will make much hotter. Okay.
Oh, I see an exciting session for today then. Yep.
It's more than action today. Okay.
Great,
So
Swami. I'll not take much time of yours. The floor is all yours.
thank you so much. Could you please flash my screen and move me
Yep.
towards left or right side, a very small icon. So let the content occupy the entire space.
Sure.
Okay.
Done.
Oh, thank you so much. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining. This evening we have uh, two of these modules we'll be covering as we are going through the official AI 102 syllabus, and we have covered prepare and develop AI solution, create and consume, and secure AI services, monitor, and deploy AI services to containers. And I know we have kept AKs as pending. We'll come back to that. And today we are going to work on analyze images and classify images. So these are the two modules. One is this analyze images, and the second module is classify the images. We'll be going through that step by step. And as any of my session, this session will also be full of hands-on, panikam, doodh zyada chai kind of thing. Less of a slides and more of a code. Okay, so welcome. Let's hit the road without any delay. And the modules has been given, and this time every time I will be creating the demo script here in this my official repository, GitHub repository, and all the speaking events for every year I'll do it. So I was running short of time, so I could not create it, but I will create another folder and I'll give it to Path to publish it. Just give me a couple days, but the demos and everything is ready. So let's focus on the demos. And Parth, could you please post the playlist URL here in the GitHub so others can go and grab it. So, guys, the previous 4 sessions has been put into the playlist in Reactor. Please watch the previous 4 episodes. You can find the sessions here, like session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4. All these 4 sessions demo scripts are there and videos are there in the playlist. Please watch that, and you can ping me if you have any queries. Okay, that being said, that's the introduction, and let's hit the road. So Azure AI Vision Service, what is this? Where we are seeing that it's a branch in AI which interprets the visual input, images and videos. Okay, so what is that we are going to do in this one? Let's see. Provisioning the resources, we have seen this tons and tons of times, but you can see that provisioning an Azure AI Vision resource. As we discussed in session 1 and session 2, we can either create a multi-service account, it gets charged, or we can create an individual resource. In that, we will get the F0 or a free account. So if you are trying some a quick demo or something, you can do it that, and you will get it. Okay, So here, after provisioning the resource, you can see that description and tag generation, object detection, people detection, image metadata, category identification, background removal, moderate moderation rating, okay, and OCR and smart thumbnail generation. We'll see most of these things in action very shortly. Okay, except this adult content or violent, we'll be seeing rest of the things, but I'll show you the URL. um, just we'll touch upon the URL, but we'll not do any coding on that piece. uh, Next we'll go analyze the images. Analyze the images, like what is that we will be able to do. You can see that the visual features, we have tags, we have objects, we have caption, dense caption, and people, and smart crop and read. There are bunch of things which is there. So we will see that in action. So just to touch upon, we are here till here. So let's just give a quick look into this one. If we go to this visual features, so you can see that in visual features, it is none, tags, and it generates caption, dense caption, and it generates different objects. If it is for OCR, you have read and smart crops, and you can identify the people inside that. So some of the things are celebrity identification is there, but that is with limited access. We need to get the permission before using it. So they'll not give it to others. It might be a security threat. So you have to apply for it one. So we'll be getting deep into the weeds of this one in a minute. Let's just get the context and generate the smart cropped thumbnail and background removal. There are a couple of things which are there. Like if you see, out of this big image, we can generate a small cropped image. And also we can remove the background of this image. Like if you remove this, it is just like a plain a guy watching on this one. So there are two things. Two things are there. One is the smart crop and the background image removal. And here is the exercise, and that exercise is here. We are here at this point of time. So this is from the Microsoft official MS Learn AI Vision. The link is already provided in the event. Okay. Now let's see slowly how to use this one. So this is getting the code downloaded. So which I already brought that code. Let me go back to that, and you can see Microsoft AI Vision service. Okay, AI Vision service. So inside this, I mean, I've taken this code and modified it little bit, not much. It's like it's an official code. I mean, whatever Microsoft has given, I used the same code, but moved the lines here and there. Nothing else I did it. Okay, so it's like everything is this code only. Nothing my own code. It's all this one. And coming back to this code, we will be discussing a little bit. One difference is this is in .NET 7. We have created with .NET 8. Let's start. See, there are two versions, version 4 and the version 3.2. And I see this 3.2 adult content detection is there here, but it is it's not in here. So as I was mentioning, you need a special permission for celebrity detection, and for some of the things you need special approval. So we'll focus on these things. So first of all, what is that we are doing? We will see that. So here I am using the images which are from the official documentation. So let's come here and let's go through those images for a second. So one is this building.jpg. You'll see this, and one is the person, and one is the street JPG. Okay, there are three files. We'll be using any one, or we can run the same analysis on multiple images. And the configuration is the strongly typed configuration which we are using since the previous session. So service endpoint and the key. So I've given the uh, sample of this one, but I will update this code. It should be this name. It should be with this name. If not, it will not recognize. It's a good thing that we have come here. So I will update this. It should be that. And from here also, it should be this one. And another thing is I am using the secrets. So you will not find anything here either in my app settings JSON or app settings local JSON or example.json. Nowhere you will get this tracked. So one is the strongly typed one, and other one is the extension. So this extension is adding the service collection header and footer. It's just like a facelift or beautification. So we'll not worry about this one. So configuration is one important thing. It should exactly match with the fields here, with the configuration in this one. So this should match with the class name, and the properties should match with this one. So then only it will be able to detect it and read it. So now if you see here, here is the main code. So let's break this into piece by piece. So this is get host builder, the same code whatever we were using in the previous one, but a little bit of cut down version on this. We are reading the app settings.json as well as user secrets. The values are coming from the user secrets. Right now, app settings JSON is in ignored list. Nothing is there. And we have created the object of this configuration file, which is there in the configuration folder. And the configuration object, iConfiguration object dot get section, we are getting and binding it to this particular object and loading it as a singleton. So anywhere I need this app configuration, I don't need to again go and touch the iConfiguration, because iConfiguration object itself is pretty heavy. It comes with a lot of other app configurations. We don't want to move all these things. Imagine there are 10 configuration items and I need only two at three different places. So I can break that into different classes and load it with the respective values and pass only those strongly type object instead of passing the iConfiguration. That's the first method, get host builder. So let's come back to this one. And inside the get host builder itself, we are invoking something known as this services, configure services. When we come to this configure services, we are loading the header and footer. So those things have been taken care. So let's spend 1 minute time to quickly see till here. Okay, we'll break this sample into piece by piece and we'll understand what is that which is happening. And again, we'll go back to the documentation and the guide. Everything we'll look at it. So if you see this from the services perspective, so let's see for a minute. So this is the dependency injection container. And let me do a quick watch on this services. So we have 56 services. So we can do a raw view of this one. Oh, come on, this guy is troubling. So if you see this, the service descriptor at the bottom, you see that the header, footer, as well as the AZ AI service application configuration, all this our classes has been injected. So that's what this is containing. So now I'm saying that just now we have seen that. I'm saying that just give me the iHeader object. So that has populated. Now if you see the footer, there's nothing. I'm saying that give me the footer. Now it gave me the footer. Now see this app configuration is null. I'm saying that give me the app configuration, which we loaded as a singleton. So you can see that app configuration has come in there. Okay. So the next thing what happens is we'll just display the header over here. Okay, like just beautification, nothing else to worry about it. And here we are using the street.jpg, and if the length, I mean, I'm not passing in as part of the arguments, so I'm just directly giving it the value. Now we have created the client, and now the life starts here. So we'll get into this image analysis, and the first thing is we will load the stream. Now the file, the street jpg has been loaded in this one. Now here we are saying that, hey, analyze, I need the caption, I need the dense caption and objects in that, tags and people. So it goes to the Azure AI services, and it does. If you come and see the result, now this guy will get populated with bunch of things. So what are those bunch of things? You can see that smart crop. We didn't ask for smart crop, by the way. Whatever we asked is these things. So we asked for tags. We didn't ask anything on OCR perspective, but we asked people, objects, caption, and dense caption. So we'll look into that one by one. So we are here till line 79. I'll put a breakpoint here. We'll stop and then we'll come back. So we'll come back to the documentation. So this piece has already taken care because we have created the resource, and we are doing it since 4 episodes. This is the 5th episode. So we didn't spend any time on that one, but we come here and let's see the libraries which we are using. So if you see that Azure AI Vision image analysis, that is the library which we are using. If I double click this, you'll see that that is the library which we are using. And by the way, if you go to the, if you come to this manage NuGet package, and you see this analysis, you are seeing this one. But when you're browsing it, please ensure that you're checking the include pre-release, because if you don't include the pre-release, it will not show. I myself, I was struggling yesterday why this is not showing up. So please ensure, because this is in beta, ensure that you're clicking on this one. That's one thing. And I mean, we are focusing purely on the C# perspective. I'll come back and backfill. We'll take a break sometime in 1 or 2 months, and we'll create a separate session to backfill or to do a quick review of all the things which we have done and do new things. Like if we, for one of the session, if we did something in Python, let's take the break and do the C# version there, so that, you know, both sides of the table is covered parallelly. This is image analysis, that's one thing. And apart from that, the other libraries which I'm using is header footer is this one, and the configuration JSON and secrets, and hosting extensions is the one which enabled us, and this is the commons and common primitives. See this difference, the common primitives will come up with the drawing primitives will come up with this common, and this is supporting the Windows platform, and this is the .NET Core platform. If you go to that NuGet package, and if you see this drawings, you can see this. It's like .NET Framework 4.6, and this, you see, it is purely the mono and all the .NET 5 and above. That's what I'm seeing. This is purely from the .NET Core perspective. Here, if you see this one, this is from the .NET Core perspective. That's from the libraries perspective. And after that, libraries, what is the next thing? View images. We have seen that there are 3 images, and analyze the image to get the caption. So the first thing is we create the client. So let's go back to the code. I mean, we'll be switching between both. And we are seeing just before invoking here in this analyze image. Image client we have already created at the top. Okay, this one, the line number 32 we created, and the same client has been passed to both the methods. So if you see this one, we are here, And now let's come back. This client has been created in line number 32. And then we did the image analysis. What all the things which we needed? We said that we're passing the binary data for it to analyze. If you see this one, analyze, it's asking for image data and visual features and image analysis options and cancellation tokens. I didn't explore anything from the image analysis options perspective. So whatever is this, it is here. So now next thing what we will do is, first thing we'll work on the get image captions. So if you come back to this documentation perspective, we see that what is that we are working on? Caption. So it's purely image captions. So you can see this one. So you can give this kind of image. So it gives the caption, a man pointing at a screen. But if you see the dense caption, so this gives more captions all the places. Like you see a man driving the tractor, a man, a little bit more number of captions at all the places. So we see these two things like captions and dense captions. So let's see how the code works. Till here we have seen that we are getting the results. So I'll put the breakpoint at in this place. So let's go to this. I just moved the code to a separate method so that we can break it into pieces and understand. So this is a pretty simple one. Whatever the caption we are getting, we will get it as part of the image analysis result dot caption result. So inside the caption result, we are checking if it's not text is not null, we are displaying it. And if you see that dense caption, you see the dense caption has got values, and that values itself is made up of different captions. So we will traverse through that one. So let's see that how it is happening. So it will come. Oh, we don't need that over here. So I'll just go and hit it. So it does bring us the caption. I use a wrong color. Okay, so it gives us man walking a dog on leash on a street. Confidence is 0.08, and this is the dense caption. So yellow car and all these things which we are seeing on the street image. Where is that? If you see that all the things which we are seeing here, see, it is pointing that yellow cars and a black dog, everything it is pointing out. So we can switch. Suppose we can give this building also. So let's try that one time. Where is that? It is here. So I will go and this one I'll comment it, and this is building.jpg. I don't want to type it during the live demo. So let's see this. If we flip it and try to analyze the building, so you see a large white building and the conference is a little low here, but that should be fine. Let me change this into green. Green or yellow or red, I don't know what color to use it. Okay, green looks much better. So that's the one which we're using. Then I'll flip it. So now the 65, same person. And here you can see that outdoor clouds, grass, trees, and other things. We'll come back to that. Just give me a minute, okay? And I'll flip the colors. I'm sorry, I could have done it before. Okay, that's the one which we verified it till here. Now, image tags, also you can see that. Again, it's a tag result, and we are traversing the tag results here. You can see that. Let's go till here and then stop. Then other two things are very important. We'll see that. That's I feel that it is very important. We need to go through those two things. We'll spend at least 2 minutes time in these get objects and get objects and people getting object, and people will spend some time on that. But if you see that it is giving the conference like outdoor, cloud, glass. These conference are pretty much high. Park also it is giving, but it's not confirming that it is a park. It's even though it sees pretty much greenery over here. For the park, it is the score is pretty much low, and city. These things are the confidence are pretty much high. The sky you're seeing pretty much, and you're seeing the cloud. Grass for sure, we are seeing it here. So that's pretty cool. And the next thing we will analyze was, next thing we'll analyze is, I'll stop it here, and let's go and see the kind of objects it is retrieving from this particular image. We can see what is that. So it has been saved into objects.jpg. So it's this building. From that building, you can see this. We are traversing the objects, and so you can see that object detected name, tags.name. Here, this is displaying the name over here. See, there's a gap, and in the double quotes, we are displaying the name. It detected the building, so now it will draw that building and it saves it in a objects.jpg. Let's see that where it has generated this object.jpg. Let me stop this execution and come back and get into this bin here, and alphabet O. I double clicked it. See that? It detected this. Now let's flip this image and go back to the previous one. Now the street. Now that was more visible, and it has given the outline. Now I say that yes, override that. Now if I go to this one, here it is able to identify a car and a person and a dog. It's pretty much visible. The street lights might not be that much visible. It needs some data points to prove that it is accurate object. So these things it was able to identify, like there is an yellow car, there's an yellow taxi, and this identified as a car, but technically both are taxi. Okay, and it identified the dog, and it clearly marking it. Okay, so that's pretty good. I will close this. Now let's go back and see what is that we have it at the last, is that get people. Now here in the sense, we'll try people on this previous one also. So here what is happening is we are again retrieving the people object, and it gives the box shadows, and we'll use the output one, what all the identification it does. So first thing is we'll run with the street one, because we already know that there is one guy who's walking in there. So we'll use that guy. So now that's stored in which file? Persons. So come in and see here. So it did a box of all these things, but see the confidence level. The confidence is 0.95. That means definitely it identified this one person, and that person is getting saved here. If you have multiple persons, and again confidence will use confidence, and I think I don't know how it will pick one person. Maybe it picks more persons. I'm really not sure. I didn't do that experiment. Let's do it live. Even if it is failing, I'm fine. Let's see the people, the person's image. Okay, see that. Oh, Jesus, see that. It identified. Wow. See the guy is sitting here, and even on the banner, on taxi, it identified. And see this guy over here. and someone is walking, and I think it identified passenger or a driver here. Oh, that's pretty cool. So now definitely we need to try the other image, the building one. I'll comment this and I'll uncomment this. And now let's hit the road with this image and see. Wow. Now let's hit that. Oh, there's a background removal. See this here. Wow. See here, it identified three people, and the see confidence because in that building, if I come to this building, at least I see these three people, one, two, three. So I think that is the highest score. Zero point 0.8 is the highest score. Less rest of the things are pretty much low. So I think it would have crossed these three people here in this person's object. There you go. Oh, it did it. Other things also it identified, but visibly, I mean, I was unable to see that there are people over there. Um, yeah, there are people. See this. There are people over here also. Even if I maximize, you see those people, but it identified the people all over. They're sitting over here, but this thing, I don't know what it is. And these three people are clearly identified here in this bigger box. So that's what we have seen in the console app also. It clearly identifies. Okay, the last thing in this particular section before we going to other interesting thing is we will be looking at removal of the background image. Removal of the background image. Let's switch back to the street. Uncomment this and comment this. Okay, so let's click on that, and there's no we don't need any of the thing. So it's removing the background image. We'll try on multiple images. We have three. Let's try on three. There's a background PNG. Two should be good enough. So that is saved under did it save it or not? It should definitely save. What is the name? Okay, background. So alphabet B. Yeah, there you go. Background image. So see this, the guy who's walking with the dog. Now it removed everything, and just this guy is here. So it removed everything. Let's try with the street. I mean the building JPG. We tried street. I'll comment this and I'll uncomment this. Let's run through this and let's see. Oh, okay. Took some time, but it completed. Let's see this. What? No, 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 no. It's not this one. What we have used? Oh, maybe it is not clear to that. Let's re-execute it for another time because that's not what we are expecting there to see that guy. We need to. Oh, so I think the conference level or something is low. Let's see. Let's go into this one. And what is that? Oh, I'm sorry. The image what we are passing is this one, the street.jpg. It is, I was wrong. I'm sorry for that. So the image what we are passing is the data. What we are passing is this one. So if you want, we can pass the building.jpg also in this one. Here I need to change. I'm sorry. I changed it at the wrong location. Instead of person, if I okay, that is building.jpg. Let's try that. 1 minute. and then we can jump into the part two, the second module, and that is another level of interesting concept. The second module. There you go. This is the building one. So it again saved it because that was the, see that the clouds has been removed. This is the building. I mean, actually, I need to change there. Instead, I changed it here. So what I'll do is I will try saving it here so that that will help me. And this was street, isn't it? Street.jpg. Okay. So now again, if I execute this one, it will be street. So this is about the image analysis part. So we saw quite a few things in here. We saw that we will be able to analyze the image, its caption, dense captions, and also the objects which are there, maybe the food or whatever it is. And then we will be able to identify the number of people in it. And another thing which we have seen it, but one thing what we didn't see is cropping of that. One thing what we didn't see is the cropping, which I will park it as I parked it the AKS one, but definitely we'll come back to this. That being said, let's see, and once again come back. If you see the five modules, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 we've completed. So let me close here. We have seen that analyzing the image. This is the one which smart cropped I didn't cover, but removal of background I covered. But this I'm keeping it in the backlog. I'll come back to it a little later. So let me close this. Now let's come back to image classification. Like in this classification, like you have a bunch of fruits. Let me take the same example instead of me reinventing the wheel. So here the fruits has been classified, apple, banana, and orange. So you can see that provisioning resources will not at all discuss, as we discussed a couple of times. So see this creating a custom AI vision. I'll come back and I'll explain this one piece over here. But if you see that this AI services previously used to call cognitive, but now it's an AI service. And understand the image classification, we'll see that again we have to train the model and give some sample images so that it predicts. If it is not predicting, again we need to retrain the model. It's not that it's giving a wrong output. We didn't give it enough data. We didn't feed the enough data to it so that it provides the proper prediction. Okay. Now to do that, what we will be doing is we'll be training the image classifier. So here also, if you see that once we train, we create the resource, we train it, and we'll put it for the inference. The only thing is I am not using the C# or Python code anywhere. Instead, I'm using the Postman, but it's doing the same job. I mean, I could have taken the code out and given it, but the thing is, I want to keep the crop and these two in a separate session. So whatever which are missing, so we'll create a separate session. We'll go over those samples. Okay. So how do we train and other things? Let's see the things in action directly instead of going through this boring slides. Now we are coming to this action. Okay. So see this. This is the one. What I'll do is I'll pull this out and let me go to the top. So here the code I've already taken it here. So I can I'll keep it here. Let me not get distracted. I'm getting distracted. Okay, let me close these windows. Let me close this one also. Okay, Now it is good. Now clone the repository is done, and create the custom vision resources. So here what is happening is, according to this documentation, they are suggesting to create two custom AI custom vision resources, because as I was mentioning, if you individually do, we will get an option to create the free tier. And first you create a free tier, next it will not allow you to free tier. Now then you need to go for S0, the plan. So instead what I'm doing is, I'm using my multi service account. I'm using the same account. I'm not creating anything else. I'll show you the difference. Okay, this step there is a difference. Now we have to create a custom vision project. So whatever the one which I created previously, I'm keeping it as it is. We'll create a new one. So even if it is failing, then we can fall back on the one which is already there. So this I will call the classify fruit hyphen v2. Okay, version 2, the one which is already there, will create it, this one. And here it will matter. So if you see that resource, the custom vision resource which you have already provision, because this is like, is asking us to create two, one for training, one for prediction, inference. So what we did is, we are not creating any resources. We are custom vision resources. Instead, we are using the Azure AI service, the multi-service account. We are using the same account. So that's the difference. So we are using the same account. And if you see that the type is classification, and multi-class single tag per image. So that is the one. And here, what is that we are training? We are training the food items. Okay. So once that is done, we will click on create. I mean, it creates a new project over here. So let's see step by step. So we are able to create till here. It's just here. We'll wait. And so it has created. So this is the tagged images. Okay, we will tag it. I mean, in the sense, I said tagged images, in the sense we are going to tag it. So let me come back to this one. Here there are training images. So they are 15 images. Let me copy the path of that and click on add images. Oh God, it's already there. So no need to worry. So let me take Apple. I copied it and I'm selecting all 15 images and I'm tagging it as Apple. Upload 15 images. So it will upload those 15 images. Once it is done, it's done. Now add more images. I'll go back to banana. I will tag this as banana. That's done. Add more images. Let me select this orange. These are 15 oranges. I mean, these are very less number of things. I mean, for Hello World demo, this is good enough. But in the real project, we should give thousands or whatever the number of images it needs. Okay, now we have uploaded the images. All is well. We have repeated that for bananas as well as the oranges. So right now, if you see that all the images we are able to see here, right? So we are in the training phase now. Now what we can do is, here we can click on train and click on quick train. So it will take a minute or two, but it will not take much of the time. We can see. We'll wait. In the meanwhile, we can come back while it is loading it. We can come back and we'll test it. And anything else which is very, yeah, there are a couple of code pieces which are there. I thought I will park it. I don't. I didn't think that it's the right time to push this along with these many demos. It will be overloaded. So I'm holding on test classifiers and train classifiers. These samples, I didn't even uh, I looked at it, but I didn't spend time to copy or start any coding, because these three demos I'm parking it for the separate section. Like we'll create another session, part two of this, and then we'll exclusively discuss on the Python side of the world, and other three samples. One is sample, crop sample, and the test and train classifiers. Let's see that how much percentage you did it. It is still training. Like if you see that here, the couple of things we have to discuss. What is that is here itself you see it's AP, like precision, recall, and AP performance metrics. So there are metrics it will be displayed. So what I found is the number of we'll see the previous one. In the meanwhile it is doing this. Let's go back to the main page, and we'll see the previous one which I created. Let's go into that. It is still training. Let it train. Here we can see that in the performance, we'll go through that. You can see the precision and recall and AP all are pretty good. And you can see that everything is 100%. It's able to identify all of these things. So once we have the training images, we will click on train, and it takes some time, a minute or two. It will not take more than 5 minutes for sure. I'm sure of that. We'll come back to that one also. We'll do the same thing, whatever we have. Once we train it, we'll come back to the performance. We'll see that how the model is performing. This is the iteration one. If the prediction is not good, again we need to feed in more data and retrain it. So that might be iteration two. Number of iterations, whatever the iteration it takes, we takes. No questions asked. We need to do it. Okay. Once that is done, what we can do is we can click on the quick test. So in the quick test, we can do some magic. It's not a magic. We are doing something wrong, but let's do it. It's not a problem. We say that go and analyze this image. Okay, so that's not doing. So let me come back to the browser, and let's use the same image, which is this one. I mean, even though that's a short length URL, but if you come here and paste it, it goes to a Apple image over here. You can see that it comes to the Apple image itself, but we are giving the short URL. So we can click on that. So it's doing the quick test. So it's coming up with 98% of the probability, and it is saying that this is an Apple. So let's see that. Okay. In the meanwhile, this also has come. So let's leave it there. So everything is good. So we can do the quick test. This is a V2, whatever we created just now. So I give the same image, and it is iteration one, and it predicted 98%. Okay, Apple, and it says that it could be orange, but the percentage of probability is very low. So we'll not worry about that one. So we did a quick test of this one, and we can view the project settings. I'll keep park it. It's not that important. It shows all the credentials, whatever is my credentials. So I'm parking it aside. And we'll come back to this C# code, and at this point of time. So I'll keep it. Now we have to publish the classification model. Now we created a project, and we have uploaded the image, and we trained the model. And after training, we did a quick test. And quick test, again, we can browse the files, local files also. Whereas the local files, if I come in here, will come from the test images. There are few images here. We can do it from the local also. The other one, whatever we gave was this apple, but that was from an URL. Where now we can go back to this and give a banana and see. So it's 99%, 99.9%. It's sure that it is a banana. I mean, you can give an URL or browse it from the local. So we did that testing. This is a V21, folks. We whatever we created just 2 minutes ago. Okay, let's now what we have to do is we uploaded image, we trained it, and we saw its performance, and we did a quick testing. Now it's time to publish. So now we can publish this one. Let me call it as classify fruits v2 and choose the resource. So here it will be differing. So in the documentation, they asked to create two custom vision individual resources, one called training, one called prediction. Instead, I'm using my multi-service AI account. So I'm selecting that as a resource and I'm publishing it. So it published. So once it publishes, what we can do is we can click on this prediction URL and we can do all different kind of things. Now see this, there are a couple of ways we can do this one, but I see one difference is it is using V3, but the other model what we were using in the code, I think it is using V4. Two ways we can do. One way is to test this, pass the image URL or send the image itself. So I already created the postman here. So let's use the two methods. The first method is the image, the first image. So the first image is apple. We saw that here. IMG1 is apple. So you see that it is coming apple 98%. So let's use the test image 2. So we are hitting the inference or the prediction URL. So it's coming with banana 99%. And the third we will see, that's the orange. It is also 99. I don't know why the apple it is giving low. Might be it is getting stale or something, because I see this piece. There is a dark spot. I'm not a expert, but I'm saying this might be the only reason why it is not giving 99% or something to Apple. See that. What else is the difference you can find? It is giving 98. I mean, I'm suspecting, that's my personal opinion. I might be wrong, but that's one way to do it, where you give the URL and also see that at the end it is URL. And now we can give our personal files also. The files and I'm sorry, not personal files. We can attach the files and send it in opt stream. And here, if you go and see, the last piece of the URL is image. It's not URL. So if it is URL, then it goes to that particular URL and analyze that image. Here it is a aux stream. So how do you attach that aux stream? So you'll be selecting binary and we'll be selecting the image. So this is banana image. I will go through all the things. So let's select another file. Select a file from the local machine. Now I'm selecting Apple. So it's coming here. That's Apple. And I want to select a new file. Let's give orange. That's the orange. So if you see, we have decently covered this section also, the image classification and and analyzing the images. In the analyzing images, we were able to execute the C sharp code and do quite a few things. One is the background removal. That's pretty much a bigger task. From the analyze image perspective, we got captions, dense captions, and we got the tags, we got objects, and we got get people. And if you see that, how many things which we did it, one, two, three, four. And if we go into the image and get into this enum, and you can see that I think we did tags, captions, dense captions, objects, and people. We didn't touch this. We'll look at it. What's there in the next chapters? It might cover there because I'm sure that there is something on the OCR also. There is something on the OCR. I am not sure on the smart crops, but I'll get some sample. We'll have a separate session on this one. Whatever we want to do it, we don't want to mix it with something else and overload that particular section. So we'll do that. So here we did covered quite a few things, and we have seen that where it gets created. I mean, technically I could have given the URL, and I did last moment changes now also, but I should have done that. But here, wherever it is saving, I could have clearly told that do it here in the images, which I'll try and upload it, because I didn't create any demo script, which I definitely do, in all my sessions, and due to lack of time, I couldn't do. But I think the samples are quite good enough, and also we did the image classification perspective. We spent time on understanding the image classification and how to train it and what resources you need it. So you need to come to customvision.ai. But when you come to this customvision.ai, it will ask you to authenticate. I mean, it's not, you can go and do it, because it's asked, you need to log in with the same account which you hooked it up to your Azure, and where you created the two resources as mentioned in the documentation. Uh, as it was mentioned in the documentation, here, like this one, F0 and S0, and you can see at the bottom, here, I mean, the prediction URL, instead of using the code here, image classifier client. So that means this is hitting the prediction. And instead of using the C sharp, I used Python. I was a little lazy to complete the code, and I thought that, okay, let me do it in a separate section instead of this one. I think that's it from my side. Hope you guys have learned something new. And I'll hand over the control back to Parth. And
Thank you, Swami, for an amazing session. There are
thanks.
few questions, Swami, you'd like to take up.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just wanted to give the. I just wanted to give this the playlist. I'm sorry, I was unable
I
to.
I have shared the playlist.
Oh, you did it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Yeah.
for that. I didn't realize. Okay. Shall let me stop the sharing. Let me come back to this one. Yeah. Queries.
So first question is like, have you tried using Copilot in Visual Studio?
Which one? Yeah, yeah, I'm using it.
Great.
Yeah. VS Code
So
and Visual Studio.
yep. So there is a question from Jose.
Hmm.
Can we use Vision transformers instead of CNN architectures in Azure AI Vision?
Can we use Vision Transmitter instead of CNN architectures in Azure? Juice. I will take this offline and I'll reach. Can you post this to me separately? I'll
Sure.
reach Joe's offline. I'm really not sure on this, Joe's. I don't want to tell something which I don't know, but I will definitely get back to you. You please post this question to me. Uh,
Sure.
Parth.
Sure. Sure. So there is one question from Abhishek
Yep.
asking, like, out of the box, is it possible to analyze this of man coming inside the door and going outside the door? Like, this
Hmm.
is coming from the demo, I guess, that you shared. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, Abhishek, can you post a follow-up question? Is it from the image analysis perspective or is it from the video analysis? Because the video analysis is there. Um, Video analysis there in the next chapters. It is going to come. Jose, I'm really sorry. I'll definitely get back to you. Please tag your Twitter or something. I'll get back to you on that particular query, which I'm really not sure at this point of time. I'll read and I'll get back to you on that. From the Abhishek's question, Abhishek, uh, uh, your query is like uh, to analyze, or this is what I'm understanding. You're saying that from the image, uh, do we understand whether the guy is coming outside the door or going inside the door?
Yep.
That's a pretty tricky question. What if I'm walking on the reverse? Isn't it? Even if the image analyzes me, it analyzes me from the behind. What if I'm walking reverse? So that's a pretty tricky question. You can please put a follow-up question. If I know, I'll answer. If not, I will go read and I'll come back and I'll answer your query, Abhishek. But from our perspective, again, we can get deep into the weeds to find out the visual these things like. If it is a door and you have an image, you can get into the visual features, like what all the features which you're seeing in the face. Are you seeing spectacles or eyebrows or something of that kind? Then we can think that okay, this guy is coming from the door, he's coming outside. Or even if he might be standing just besides the doors, but he's inside the door, is not it. There are a lot of these things, but we need to go deep into the weeds. Like what is that we are doing? From the image
Yep.
analysis, we can definitely do it, but we need to go deep into the image and get that image, zoom it, and closely watch the visual features, then find out how much distance is there from the door, and then
Correct.
we can calculate. Or if it
Exactly.
is video analysis, it is pretty simple. The guy is coming out, it's pretty simple. It might catch it there.
So yes, folks, here are the learn module links that will take your learning further for the image to analyze the images, and there is one more for vision models. Yeah. So please take your learning further and do reach out to Vishwanatha Swami. If you go to the bio in the meetup, you will find his social handles. You can reach out to him over there. And thank you all once again. Thank you, Swami. Thank you so much for this exciting session. Looking forward for more.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe's. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.